Okay, so we're taking the Herbal Round Table virtual, and this is the first environment that we're going to play in. This is going to be a tutorial of how to get started. This is the opening screen, and what you're going to want to do is just enter the room. Now, if you have an Oculus or some other type of headset, this supports several types of headsets. But for those of us just using a computer, and by the way, I am using a plain old Dell laptop with a touchpad type of a mouse, very basic. So if you have a basic system, and this is a PC, it works on PC or Mac, also works on a phone, and you don't need any password or you don't have to download anything. It's very simple. So we're going to start by entering the room. And here again, you could either connect your Oculus or Steam VR, enter on the screen. And now we get to choose a device. This is if you have different types of audio, or in my case, I'm using a webcam, so I need to make sure my webcam, yep, that's my webcam. And here you can check out your level of audio for talking. If you want to mute your microphone when you go in, you can click there. And this is the webcam that I want to use, so I'm going to enter. And here we are. So what we're going to focus on right now is how to move around. I am going to click on my left mouse button, hold it down, and I'm just moving my finger to the left, and we see the screen where the game is going to be played, and we see the scoreboard. Now, if I want to rotate, I can click on the keyboard. The Q is going to rotate me to the left, and I'm going to do that now so you can see the whole scene. And now I'm going to click on E to go back the other way. Now when you come in, you may want to position yourself so that you're in front of the screen. And there are several options for moving around. One of them is to hold down the left mouse button and just kind of scroll. Now if you move your finger kind of up while you're holding the left mouse button, you go up. If you want to have more of a downward motion, you do the opposite. Move your finger down on your touchpad or the wheel on your mouse while holding the left mouse button. You can use the arrow keys, so I'm going to use the upward pointing arrow key to move forwards. Now we're getting that screen into view, and we could keep going and we'll see the scoreboard. I'm going to move the left arrow key, and you see we're moving to the left. I'm going to move a little bit further. Now I'm going to hold the left mouse and I'm going to turn, and I almost have it enough in view. Play around with that. Now there are some other keyboard shortcuts for moving. Those are W. I'm going to click W and see where I wind up. Okay, I'm moving closer. The A moves me to the left. The D moves me to the right. The S moves me back. This will all be in the notes that I'm sending you. So you can play around with moving as much as you want there. Get used to coming in and position yourself somewhere in this area. Now, when we play the game, there are going to be other avatars here. Some of them might be in your way, so you can't see the scoreboard or the screen. And there's a simple solution for that. If you want to see either one, you can go up here and you see there are two items that you can look at close up. Unfortunately, I can't change the name of them, but as I scroll my mouse over this one, you see that's the scoreboard. And as we play, I'm going to be adding points or beans to our teams. We have a red, blue, yellow, green, and purple team. Those of you who know the game know how that works. The points come and go. I'm going to move down here and we see the screen. So if you can't see the screen from wherever you're standing, you can simply do this and boom, it's right there. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you some other things that I'm going to be adding once the game starts. I'm going to click out of that and come down here to this area where you can do chats. You can talk out loud. One of the things about this is that the further away you are from each other, the quieter your voice is. So if for some reason you and your team members wanted to talk privately, you could always scoot away from everybody else and we wouldn't hear you that much. Now there's chat. When I draw a tile, what I'm going to do is type it in here. So let's just type in, let's say I pull Rishi, and I'm going to hit enter, and we see that I have given you Rishi. That is making it larger, and once it's larger, I can move it off somewhere and pile them up. Or, you see over here we've got it, I can come down and I'm going to click on it and delete it because we don't need to clutter things up. But once we're playing, I may keep them and move them way off into the distance. But you see what happened was when I first did it, let's do that again. I'm going to say, hi, Sundi, and it stays in this area. Now I'm going to do another one. Love your avatar. And so the first one went away and you see the second text. So we don't clutter the screen up unless we click, and I don't know if you guys can do this. I think I'm the only one that can do this. I can turn that into an artifact that will stay in the game. Okay, this area can be used for some other reasons. I'm going to type. You see there are a bunch of commands. These are commands that I have. I'm not sure what commands are going to come up for you guys. A lot of these things you can't do because they're turned off. But one of them you can do because I've enabled it is flying. And to do that, you just type in fly, hit enter, and we see that the fly mode is enabled. Flying is fun, but it's a risky business because you can wind up flying to the end of the world and then things go crazy. But it is a cool way to kind of enjoy the scenery. So I'm not very good at it, I have to warn you, but I'm going to try it out and I'm going to see if I can fly over here. Okay. You can't, sometimes the world ends and things get really weird then. I'm going to turn around to be safe. And I'm hitting the right arrow key, and now I'm going to hit the Q to rotate left. There's our town. There's our gaming area. Now I'm hitting the E key just a little bit. Let's see what happens if I fly over here. I'm flying by I'm moving up by hitting my left key and using my finger on the touchpad to move up and down. Now I'm going to hit the upward arrow key and see where I go. So now I'm flying. And more of the scene is revealed. So play around with that. I often get lost, don't worry about it. This is initially just experimenting to move around and get used to how these things work. Up here, most of these commands are only going to work for me, but there are some that will work for you, like this camera icon. If you click on that, you can take a picture. I'm not sure where the picture saves though. We'll have to find that out. This is for me a pen that I use to write on the scoreboard. Here's your volume. You can mute here. Using this, I'm going to be sharing my screen, and you'll see the database live in action here in this world. And let's see, this one is my webcam that's going to show you the game. I'm going to pause and bring some more things up to show you how it's going to look once we're actually playing. Okay, so I forgot to mention, when you are flying and you want to stop flying, you just repeat the same action and click, do this, fly, and click it again and it will disable it. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, now you see we are streaming the game. It's going to be tricky for me to match it up exactly to the screen, and I'm not going to, I'll practice with that, and I may be able to, I may not be able to, but the main thing is for you to get in position in this area to be able to see it. But again, if you just want to go up here and we see this icon, you can take a look. Now I can move this around, so as the game develops and we get more and more, and well, I'm gonna have to do something about my cat, because that's Sheba, and she's taken a liking to this board that I've put down for the game. But she may be here, she may not, but anyway, there's Sheba. And so this is live, so you know, as pieces come out and you decide you want to place it right here and you explain why and all that, then there you go. Okay, so now we're going to come back here. She might be an important member of the game, I don't know, so let me put that back down here. We also have the ability to see the database in action. There it is. I may not be able to stream the actual game and the database at the same time. I'll have to play with that and see if I can. But there it is, and that's going to be live in action. So it may be one or the other, but we can always switch back and forth if we want to. If we really need to get some information, we can turn on the database. That is your basic introduction. When you want to leave the room, again, you're going to make your slash mark and type leave, and you leave. I'm going to show you a couple of other environments that we have available to us at the end of this section, so hang on. I'm going to leave. And I have left the room. Okay, so here we are in another room. This one is going to be easy to get around in. That's one of the things I'm thinking about. And I'm checking my volume. Okay, I'm going to enter. And in this room, I can put the game up on the screen here. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to show you this room a little bit. There's the game with the cat. There's the scoreboard. I didn't show you how I can, going to open my pen up, and there is a point for the red team. So let's just scroll around and see what this room looks like. I like this one because it's, you're not likely to get lost in here, and there's plenty of room. So this is our focused round table. Let's go back a little bit. So you see these are all kind of floating around in space. But again, this is a way to view them. Okay, let's check out another environment. And here's another one of our environments, the herbalist's cave. Just gonna quickly show you. And alrighty, so that's another area that we can play in. And I'll show you a couple more and then we'll wrap this up. And of course we have an actual round table environment. And I'm going to give you this one also to move around in, and these two. I don't think you're going to get lost in this one, so it's got quite a lot of height. There's a scoreboard. I'll be streaming. Let's take a little walk around. So you're not going to get lost in here. It should be quite easy. So we have an actual round table. There are other environments too that are pretty cool, but I think for now you get the idea. We've got a lot of really fun places to get together and play our game. So, and with the links that I'm sending you, and experiment with moving around, and I will be talking with you soon. Bye.